So today we're actually covering a lot. And first we're going to start off because not next week, but the following week, you all will be turning in your first midterm. And during that week, we will not be meeting, just so that you can have time to actually do your paper. So today we're going to talk again about how to access your paper and what to look for. And I've also opened up the module for week 6, just so that you guys can start to look at. There's a couple papers on there, so you can kind of see how the content is supposed to flow and what it is that I'm asking for when you do your paper, okay? So, the first thing we want to do is we want to head over to RCC Library. And we're going to hit Databases. And we're going to hit Academic One File. Put in your email address so it can open it up. Then we're going to hit Psychology. And then we're going to find something that you know we're interested in. So I'm going to just go with drug use. And we're going to stick to academic journals. And let's see. It says enhancing the drug addiction treatment service by introducing a new residential treatment model in the Philippines, a qualitative study. So just like we talked about before, a qualitative study are open-ended questions for the participants to answer so that the scientist or the researcher can grab themes from these open-ended questions. So let's see if it has what we're looking for. So this is pretty cool because again, what we're looking for when you are researching an article, you want to make life easy for yourself. So you're looking for something that has the background pretty easily. You're looking for something that has the method, the results, and the conclusion. So it tells you that we conducted a qualitative study to identify the change engendered by the implementation of the treatment model. So it tells you right off the bat what they're doing and why they're doing it. They're telling you that the data collected through individual face-to-face interviews, that's the method that they use. They purposely selected 29 participants and 35 facilitators, so that's their sample population, all right? And then they go on to tell you what the results are and the conclusion. So if you were interested in an article, these are the things that you want to look at right off the bat. Does it have a background? Is there a method with identifiable participants? What are the results and what are the conclusions? Okay, that's what you're looking for. If it becomes more challenging than that, then that's not the article you want to identify. And this article has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 authors. It came out in November 14, 2024 in the Substance Abuse Treatment Prevention and Policy, Volume 19, Issue 1. And the reason why that's important, we're going to go back over here, is because when you're writing your paper, you have this thing called the reference page. Let me pull it up. So this is what your paper is going to look like. It's going to have a first page. Then you're going to go ahead and start talking about your article. And like I said, for every paragraph that you read, it's really important, I think, to write down a sentence that goes with that paragraph, so you're not having to reread that whole paragraph just to gain what you want out of it. And like I said, low-key, this helps you write your paper at the same time. So you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone when we do that. And when you're writing your paper, let me zoom in. When you're writing your paper, every single sentence you write, I don't think I said that loud enough. Every single sentence you write, for the people in the back, every single sentence you write, you will need to reference to it. So those 5 people that we saw over here, where did they go? Over here, will have to be referenced in your paper after every single thought, along with the year the article was made. Now, if your article has 6 or more authors, then it will turn into an ETAL type of situation. So that means you're only listing one article and then the rest of it, or one author and then the rest of it is ETAL. And your little book, the little orange book, the APA book, that will show you how to do that and what that looks like. So again, every single sentence that you write, it needs to have a reference to it. And this is what your reference page will look like at the end of the day. It will look just like this. So we're listing everybody, and then we're listing the year it was made, and then we're listing the title. After we list the title, we list where the article came from, we list the volume, and we list the issue, and we would normally list the page numbers as well. So again, this example is in your week 6. I have 2 examples, they're in your week 6. This is exactly what your paper is going to look like. You have an introduction. My introduction is a little long. You have the methods, which are going to describe the instruments. It's going to describe the sample population. And then you're going to talk about the results. And then you're going to talk about the conclusions. Then you're going to talk about the limitations. And last is would you recommend this article to another peer? So, by any chance, do I have any questions? Go ahead. Minimum pages is 3, but I'm sure you're going to write more than 3 because as you can see, your article is pretty lengthy. And like I said, we're just summarizing pretty much each sentence or each paragraph, and then we're going to write about it. So it's a minimum of 3, but I'm sure it's going to be like 4 or 5. Okay, so this is going to be due in like 2 weeks. So do I have any questions, comments, concerns? Go ahead.
Is the exam to be posted?
Oh yeah, it's already posted. So if you go to your modules and you scroll down to week 6, you're going to see the information you're looking for right here. Okay? Those are good questions. Do I have any other questions? Comments? Concerns? Go ahead. The references? Oh yes, let's go back. So these are the questions you're going to be answering right here. And then this is what your rubric is going to look like because it's worth 150 points, okay? And this is another way you can access the library. And then you would just type in what you would like to research and then it will pop up. Okay? Do I have any other questions?
So for every sentence, reference number?
Oh my gosh, you gotta put the reference of these authors. Every single sentence. I don't think I said it enough. Every single sentence. Alright. So let's get into it. This week we're kind of talking about 2 things because I missed you guys on Mondays. So we're going to put it all together here. So how this works is we have these things called dendrites, and I'm going to let the video explain itself.
Say it's late at night, you're home alone, drifting off to sleep, entering that dream about Fritos, and then suddenly there's a banging at the door. Suddenly, you're wide awake, and it feels like your heart's gonna explode. You jump up, ready to run out the back door, possibly grab a Phillips head screwdriver and stab it into the darkness until it sticks into something. Now, whether it's a weeping angel or your neighbor looking to borrow a can of beans, doesn't really matter, because when you heard that sudden noise, your startled brain released an icy typhoon of chemicals, and everything that's now going through your mind, like your urge to flee, your urge to defend yourself, that internal debate about whether weeping angels are even